What's up guys, Adventure Brick Studios back here again with another video. And in today's video I have a tutorial on foliage designs. Just some different types of kind of shrub, bushes. Yeah, so I got 3 different ones here today. And this first one that I came up with here takes me back all the way to my first video actually. Which was my Republic Attack on Vindaxa video, I believe it's called. You can scroll down and watch that if you like. But I used this design in that mock, and I've used it in several others. I think 3 or 4, maybe 5 in total. So yeah, that's my kind of original design there. And then these other 2 are newer designs, and I really like how these look. This one's my favorite. I think I came up with some cool techniques for these. So yeah, so let's get into the tutorial where I show you guys how to build each and every one of these bushes. Okay guys, so you're going to want to start out with your core piece, a modified brick with studs on each side. I prefer having it black because it's a dark color. Dark brown works too, reddish brown works too. But in this case we have black here, so any kind of dark colors or natural colors that would look good inside a bush will do just fine. You're going to put that on top of a brown stud. It should look like something like this. Then you're going to start adding your plant pieces. So let's take that out of the way. So you're going to grab one of each, put this through, and do that 4 times. Alright guys, so now that we have 4 of these, we can bring this back and start attaching them. You're gonna kind of want to put them going in front of each other like this. And I wouldn't push them all the way in because of the next step, or an upcoming step at least. But it should look something like this. Then you're going to take another one of these pieces and another one of those. Make a 5th one. And before you put that on top, you're going to take around 4 of these. You're just going to kind of set them in between. In between these leaves. It's a little tricky, and you may need to pull these out a little bit to give them some more room to sit in. Yeah, so you're just gonna have them kind of sit in there, kind of like that. Alright guys, so once you have all 4 of those plants kind of sitting in between these bigger ones outside, should look like this. And as you can see, I have these plants just sitting in there. It's a little tricky. You might need to kind of pull these out a little bit and turn them so they'll actually stay in there. But it should look something like that. Then you're going to take your last one of those and just carefully place that on top wherever it fits best. So, one came out. Alright guys, so there you go. That is the first bush design, and this is probably my favorite in this video. I really like this design. It gives a really nice look. And it just adds a lot to your builds, I think. So I hope you guys like that, and let's move on to the second design. Alright everyone, so to start off with this design, you are going to take a leaf piece, put it on one of these shrubs, put a shrub on that, and you're going to repeat that 4 times, so 3 times after that. Alright guys, so here's the tutorial of the second bush design. So to start off, you're going to have a leaf piece, put this on top of it, and you're going to repeat that 3 more times, so end up having 4 of those. Alright guys, so next you're going to want to take your core brick, which is going to be this modified brick with studs on each side, and you're going to put that on top of a brown stud. My stud is a hollow stud. It does not have to be hollow. That's just the piece that is most convenient in my collection right now. You're just going to put that underneath the modified brick, and you're going to start putting your plant pieces on. Make sure they're a little bit curved like that, just so that the plants don't run into each other. They can fit nicely. And then it should look something like this. Alright, so the last step is you're going to take a couple, 3, even 4 if you like. It depends how tall you want this bush to be. 3 or 4 of these plant stalks, and you're just going to stack those up. And you're just going to put it right down the middle. And there's your bush, guys. And also for the plant stalks, you can also use this piece. It works the same. Just depends on how you like it. And there's the second bush, guys. And let's move on to the third and final bush. Okay, everybody. So moving on to the third and final design, which is actually the most complex, but hopefully it'll be easy enough to understand, and hopefully my fingers don't get in the way too much for this. But this one actually looks really cool. It's a lot like the first one. So yeah, so let's get into that. So you're actually going to start with this root piece. Dark brown root piece. I've used this in a bunch of mocks before. I really like this piece. And yeah, so we're going to use that as a root. And you're just going to grab that same core piece for this and just set it on top. Just like that. Then we're going to grab these plant pieces, and we're just going to put those on every side of this modified brick here. Alright, so it should look like that when it's done. And I think it's helpful having, so for this plant piece, there's like 2 short stems and 1 long stem. I think it's helpful having the long stem upwards instead of on the bottom. So you can see I have the long stem upwards on each side there. Alright, so your next step is you're going to put 2 of these plant pieces on top of each other, and you're going to make that 4 times. Alright guys, so now that we have all 4 of those built, this part is where it gets kind of tricky. So we're going to bring that back, and we're going to take 4 of these singular ones, and grab 4 of this plant piece. Alright, so we're going to start with a double plant here, and we're just going to slide it onto a stem. Then you're going to grab a single plant, slide it on. Then you're going to grab this piece and kind of just put it in between them. If I can do it on camera. And just push it in there. And yeah, so it should look like that. And that way the plants can't come out, and it just looks nice with that piece there too. Alright, so you're going to do that all the way around, starting from the double one, then the single one, and like so, all the way around. Alright guys, so once you have put those all the way around, it's going to look like this for the sides. And now we're going to do the top. So that was the most complicated part of this design, so that's out of the way. So you're gonna take one more of these stacked plant pieces. Just put it on there on one of the stems. Take a singular, and then this is kind of the part where it's up to you how you like. If you want to put a double one or a singular one, it doesn't really matter too much. Just whatever works and whatever fits. Then you're gonna take another one of these. It's kind of hard. Kind of have to wiggle it down the middle there. Alright guys, so what I did there was I just put one of those plants on top. Sorry I couldn't really do that on camera, but that is what it looks like. And this is just about complete. Pretty much is, but what I like to do is, you can notice there's some gaps in here, so I like to just kind of throw in some extra plant pieces to kind of fill those in. I can't really get it here, but there we go. So it kind of just sits in there and it looks nice. You can also use this piece, of course. Just put it somewhere where it needs filling in, and there you go guys. That is the third and final plant design. Alright everyone, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, I'd appreciate a like and maybe subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I've got some awesome stuff coming up. I think we've got a Devron update coming soon, and maybe even some set reviews later. So yeah, that's it for me today guys, and I'll see you next time.